Hello everyone, welcome to Mindovermania, where we keep your head above the chaos. Today I'm recording another pick a card reading, where you get to choose your intuitively channeled messages. Wow. Yeah, okay, it's gonna be one of those kind of readings, y'all. Today, our topic is going to be, who is your secret admirer? Who's stalking you and watching you? Who's secretly cheering you on and maybe has a crush or some feelings? In order to select your pal, put both feet firmly on the ground, close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths, clear your mind, and then, when you open your eyes, whatever pile you are drawn to, that is more than likely your pile. This is all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. So make sure you guys stay safe, y'all. I will see you at your pile. Take care. Oh, fuck. Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 1. And these are going to be your messages on who is your secret admirer. Or who's secretly observing you. Yeah, so for this person, admirer might not be the best word, because I feel like this is someone who just watches you a lot. Maybe they watch your content online. Maybe they watch what you say. I don't know. I feel like this person's just very, very interested in you, though. Can't necessarily say it's always a good thing, but I think in general, though, it's positive. I do feel this person has positive feelings for you. Maybe you rejected this person, so I could see this person definitely coming back to you and asking you questions about your belief system. But there's something about, like, your response to them, like, they're kind of, like, taken aback, like, oh, you're not what I thought you were. And so that just keeps them coming back for more. You know what I mean? It's like you always keep them on their toes. A couple other things when I was pulling your cards, I was immediately getting the vibe of the 90s. So someone was born in the 90s. I was also getting the vibe of fake traditional. I don't know what that means, but leading up to this, I was sitting there thinking about, like, man, like, I'm wearing some jeans right now that reminded me of Junko jeans from the 90s. And so there's kind of like, maybe this person or you have this aesthetic where you're like, oh yeah, I was part of that generation, or like, they feel like maybe someone's like acting cool or acting tough when they're really not, you know? I don't know, someone's like, they're like, you're fake traditional, or I feel like it's kind of like fake country, you know, but not quite. I don't know. Take what resonates, but let's go ahead and see what are in the cards for you. Yeah, I just hear something about the word fake. And so maybe the secret admirer is someone who keeps trying to, like, expose you or expose something, but they're doing it privately. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they research what you say and they're kind of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get them this time. And then it's like, no, actually it's worse than that, you know? So I feel like you're even converting people onto your side, but it pisses them off even more. Maybe you're really smart, and maybe that's why they call you, like, fake country or whatever. It's like, God forbid you like nice things and have an education. But I hear, like, someday, though, I feel like this person's, like, building up because they want to try to figure out how to ask you out, but they don't want to admit that to themselves. They just want to challenge you. Oh, my nose is running. What the hell? Yeah, maybe someone's got allergies. And we've got pale. Time to get out of a situation. Oh! So this secret admirer judges the shit out of you, but they know it's time to get out. You know, they know that it's time to get out of a situation. So say, for example, all right, I guess I relate to this, where thinking of it this way. I like to advocate for mental health education. I like to teach people about abuse tactics and things about relationships, right? Where I'm like, hey, this is a red flag. You should not do this behavior. If you see this behavior, run, because this is more than likely what's going to happen. You know, I like to educate people about that. And that's something that I feel that should not matter up with politics or whatever. I feel like everybody should be safe regardless of gender, regardless of religion, whatever your background is. Like, abuse is abuse and no one should be doing it. Right? This is the kind of person that would hear me say something like that and be like, oh shit, it's true, But then it backfires to them because they're like, well, I'm going to take offense to this because that's like calling my family out. And so instead of saying, this behavior's abusive, I'm attacking your family. When I'm like, I don't know your family. I talk to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that everybody should do. And I advocate for people working through issues instead of being like, hey, all right, this behavior's negative, so let's talk about it, Like, we don't have to react in those kinds of ways. There's ways that you can heal, there's ways that you can do. This person doesn't care. So the way I'm translating what I'm picking up on is basically this person knows that you are the canary in the coal mine, right? They know what you're saying is the truth, but they're panicking now because they're like, all right, if this person is making sense to me, something's off, something's wrong. And again, I keep saying like the someday, it's kind of like this vibe of like someday they're going to change, or someday pile number one's going to see the light and they're going to come onto my side because they really desperately want you to be part with them, but they don't understand you. And so that's why they're constantly trying to trigger you or try to get you to trip up, because they're like, well, if I'm hearing from all those memes about like the people calling ICE Nazis, I'm literally seeing like, if not Gestapo, then why Gestapo shaped? You know what I mean? It's like this person's like, if you're not like me, then why do you look and talk and act like me? You know what I mean? And so they get like, this is like the kind of person that they have to stay in their little stereotype. It's kind of like in high school where everybody has like, you're the nerd, you're the this, you're the this. There's like a category that you have to fit into. And since you don't fit into a category, pile number one, regardless of, again, of what your political beliefs are, because like to me, I'm like, these messages are for everybody. I don't care. I just follow what my spirit guides tell me. These people can't stand that. They can't stand with you where you're like, well, actually, like maybe I have these views or I have these views or I don't fit into a category. And it's like, God forbid, you're an individual. But they like that about you. It's like a love-hate thing, or like they are trying to hate you, but the more they watch, they love you. And they can't back away from the truth. You know what I mean? Because it's like, again, same with like with me talking about abuse. Abuse, like you really can't make a good argument for abusive behavior after a certain point, especially when it's in these extremes, And so like, for example, when they're like talking about child pornography and like, oh, we gotta do this, this, and this. It's like, well, okay, if you actually work with law enforcement, if you actually do these different things like you say, then you'd actually see what's actually happening. And these people don't want to see what's actually happening. They just want to react emotionally. And they just want your attention. So I feel like this person can be an energy drain. One sec, I gotta run my notes. But yeah, I literally see this as the kind of person that also wants to do like they don't like people who play neutral. And I don't think you're neutral, Pile One, but they feel like you are. Because it's almost like these people are like they're constantly preparing for an argument, or they want to do this ping pong ball back and forth. But because you are logical and you take your emotions out of it and the way you respond and react and not fight them, they crash out. Because they just want to, like, to them, they're just like, I just want to party. I just want to do this, this, and this. And it's like, well, these are the consequences of your actions. And they just hate that. You remind them of consequences. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Yeah, I feel like you guys are stressing maybe about this kind of person watching you, with your spirit guide team saying don't, because this is an opportunity for you to, one, expose and express your culture from a different perspective. It also kind of, like with these vultures that they're sitting around just circling and waiting for you to trip up or whatever, they're being exposed for what they actually are. And if anything, they're exposing how their lies, or that they're basically, I'm hearing the word worthless, which you're like, you're not worthless. But to them, they have that secret insecurity that if I don't fall in line with this ideology, if I don't fall in line with these principles, blah, 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 I'm going to be excluded, discarded, blah, I'm evil, bad, whatever. I could see these people maybe come from a shame-based culture. Or, yeah, I just feel like regardless of culture, y'all are the ones that are breaking the mold, and you're taking a stand up against some of this bullshit, because it's like, why are we pretending we're vultures? We're people. We're humans. Let's deal with things like humans. You don't have to sit there and be like cast out of the village because you said what? Because you were wearing what? Something bad happened. Okay, come in. Come on. I feel like you guys are maybe the healer in your communities. whichever, regardless way that swings. And with depression, I feel like you're actively depressed about what's happening to these people, even though they don't feel the same way. But like the secret admirer person, I feel like they are starting to feel ostracized from this same culture, the vulture culture, I'll call it. And that's why they admire you in particular. And that's why they're saying, hey, maybe it's time for me to get out. You know, maybe this person's starting to make a little bit more sense. Maybe this person is a little bit more close to me than I thought, you know? But there's a lot of worry that if they walk away from either an ideology, from a way of life, from a business, a job, that they're going to drown, that they're going to get hurt. But I keep saying the but someday, you know, and as the sticker says, you may not understand what I am doing, but someday you will. This is all about like God's promise to say it's all going to work out. The universe is there for you. And if someone's telling you to GTFO and you're feeling that warning sign, you're feeling the death rattle of a relationship, time to go. And they admire you guys so much for that, because you're reminding them of what they're actually like, what their body's telling them. Because, no offense, you can't influence somebody if that truth is coming from inside of them, right? They know you're not a liar, because they're feeling the same way too. So, if that death rattle's coming, this person's like, okay, how did this person know me that well? What did they do to me? And it's like, you didn't do anything, Pawan, you just exist. And this is their beginning journey for self-identity, self-awareness, coming back to themselves. Because, again, they're used to control. And someone else trying to tell them who to be and whatever. And so when that stability is pulled away, they're looking to you when you're saying, well, just look inside yourself. And that is against everything that people that want to control other people say. Unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Yeah, I feel like this person who secretly admires you, they're waiting to push the button. You know what I mean? They're waiting to hit the eject button. Or they're just like, okay, let's do this. Let's go. Yeah, I feel like this secret admirer is someone who is very stressed out about what's going on big picture, so maybe you provide comfort in some kind of way, or your content does, regardless of if you talk about politics or not. Like, even if you're posting animal pictures, there's something about you and your vibe and your frequency that this person says, something's familiar, you know, and they just feel very unsettled by what you say, because they're like, how did this person take something that was inside my head, put it to words and put it out there, and then see it go far and viral? You know what I mean? I don't know. Success. Yeah. They admire you because you're successful. You're shiny. You seem so bright in a sea of fakers. Yeah, to them, like, there's something about this person that they really, really are trying to prove you're not real. That you're not AI, that you're not, like, that you are who you say you are. Because they don't want to believe that it's true, because if you're real, then that means their truth is real and that they've been acting up. That they have to face what they don't want to face. I feel like this person maybe lost faith in humanity, or in large chunks of people. Aww. So yeah, something backfired, or maybe you're backfiring on them. Good news. Ear, listening, older man, dealing with a relationship with an older man. So maybe this person is older than you. Maybe this is a person that gave up a long time ago and they found you and they're like, why am I listening to this person again? Because you have good news, for once. You give people hope, pile number one. And that's why they admire you. They're like, maybe because you are younger. Like I said before, there's this energy of somebody who is older and they're like, I've seen it all and everything's going to shit and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be here, whatever. And then you come in and you're like, it's just the vulture culture. And then you make them laugh. And then you remind them what it used to be like when they had these feelings and thoughts. And you ignite that spark back in them. And that's what they secretly admire about you. Again, I feel like it's a secret because to them, they're like, I'm old and ugly. I'm not young anymore. I've seen too much. Yeah, I'm hearing like the 90s. I'm sitting there like, if you were born in the 90s, you're not that fucking old, okay? I'm just saying, like, you're really not that old, okay? Jesus. Oh, yeah, it's kind of like this person, maybe they died in the 90s, you know? There's a lot of folks, millennials and older, that it's just like that was like the last good era, and then everything else has been shit since 9/11, you know? Yeah, just with Vulture, like, to me, like, this person just needs to get away from the people that are feeding off of their fears and feeding off their energy, you know? And you guys clear that away because you're like, I don't need you swarming around me. If anything, you hate this shit just as much as they hate this shit, but they gave up keeping the vultures away because they're like, I'm giving up. I can't do this anymore. Aww. Yeah, some of these people feel suicidal too. So maybe it's like, again, that's why like admiring may not be the best word, because I feel like they're just trying to grasp onto straws. They just need a voice to keep them going. Aww. Yeah, some of these people need help. I just want to love you the way you deserve. Aww. So this secret admirer, or this could be multiple people, they heard your story, and that really fucking upset them. Like, deeply. Like, they were sitting there going, like, how could this person who's so bright and amazing be treated so terribly by their family, by their exes, their partners, by society? What? You know what I mean? And that's where, like, this vulture came in, and they're sitting there going, like, hold up. Who the fuck are these people that are feeding off of you, whatever? Like, I can see this person being like, hold up, if you were my friend, or you were someone in my circle, there's no way in hell I'd allow this to happen, right? But this person's been so isolated that they're not being aware that this is also secretly happening to them. And so you were that trigger point to be like, wait a second, I'll totally go fight for pile number one, but I've been not doing that for myself because I don't believe I deserve it. And then you go, wait a second, why am I putting up with these fucking vulture people? Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, I like this person. They're feisty. Like, you're just sitting there being like, hi. Yeah, you really made some people mad with your story just because of the shame. Yeah, like the shame culture. They're literally like, hold up, you go out there and you do all these great things and people are still treating you like shit? That's crazy. They almost don't even believe you. But it's your truth, and they know that they're like, hey, and you know, and I could feel like this person, if they spent time around you and watched it over time, they'd be like, oh my God, they were telling the truth. It's like, yeah, I know. It's like, I don't need to lie to be great. There are people out there, even if it's rare, or it seems like it's rare, but not everything's fake. Yeah, this person wants to spoil you. We will be together soon. Yeah, I feel like this person would go the distance to meet you in person, just to prove you're real. Like, literally just be like, you know. Let me start over with you. Yeah. So this secret admirer, this is someone who, I could see them having sexual fantasies about you. They don't want to admit it, but it's kind of true. It's the truth. You know, you're probably young and attractive and sparky. But I feel like there's something about you that gets them going. Again, like, you're revving the engine. Like, you're the one that's giving them that little kick in the pants to say, hey. I heard the word hot for teacher. Oh, God. Yeah, maybe you guys like classic rock, metal, whatever. I don't know. This is just kind of like, I just see it like revving the engine, being like, okay, like, you're bringing me back to a time that I felt like a guy. Again, I felt like a man, you know? You and I will always be unfinished business. Ooh, maybe you left this person out in the cold. Or they feel like that. I don't know. For some of you, you guys are like, I didn't do that. What are you talking about? But to them, like, again, because they project a little bit onto you, that's why I'm like, there's a little bit of a fantasy here for some of them where they're like, well, we're unfinished business because you didn't blah, 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 because you were entertaining someone else. Like, this person comes up with stories in their head about telling you the way that they feel and whatever. And to you guys, pile number one, you're just existing. Right? You're like, I'm a person on the other side of the screen. I have no idea what your thoughts and feelings are. This person feels like, oh God. So like, if you're like a content creator, only take what resonates, but like to them, they kind of feel like, all right, when this person posted this thing, they were thinking about me specifically. And I'm going to like intuitively send you messages that I'm watching and whatever. And they're kind of making up this fantasy back and forth relationship between you and them. That's not really the truth, but it feels like unfinished business, and that's why they would want to come to you, you know. and just be careful. But I don't really feel like these people have ill will. Like, this doesn't feel like stalker vibes. It just feels like people that really want a connection and might not be the best at showing it. And they have maybe different belief systems than you. I can't stop thinking about you. Obsession, late night thoughts, stalker. Okay, I mean, maybe they follow you on different social media accounts just to see what's gonna... Oh, God. Okay, this secret admirer, I could literally see them creating 3 or 4 different social media accounts to see which one are you gonna interact with. Just to, like, play the field, right? Just to kind of sit there and be like, all right, is this person gonna react to this, this, and this? And then when they find out that you don't react to any of them, they're gonna go, oh my gosh, you're not accepting DMs. Like, you're not doing blah, blah, blah. You're not one of those OnlyFans people. Oh my God. These people are way too concerned if you have an OnlyFans or not. Weird. I never wanted anything more than I want you. Yeah, you're a fantasy. I remember you. I know who you are. So some of these people might believe that they knew you in a past life. I can't confirm or deny if that's real. I don't really think so. Again, some of these people are a little delulu, some are not. However, I just feel like they're like, I know you from somewhere. And it's like, yeah, I'm just really attractive. Or yeah, I'm very charismatic. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like, I think they're remembering the echoes of their own soul rather than you specifically. Traditional views, possible limiting beliefs, old-fashioned. Yeah, I feel like this is an old-fashioned crowd, right? These aren't the tech bro, yeah, I'm gonna sit there and slide in your DMs and show you pictures of my dick. Like, they'll send you dick pics, but they're gonna court you first, Like, they need to go at least on a date before they do that, They got some standards. With the time to get out of a situation, yeah, it's like crying over spilled milk. Like, to them, I think they're lamenting about the way humans are progressing, but that's because they're either chronically online or they're not in the same circles with the normal ass people, right? You're kind of a anchoring point in a sea of bullshit because this person thinks that, oh my gosh, the world's going to hell, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, there's people out there that are normal. They're just not chronically online. And just because this person, you guys found number one, like maybe they met you out in the wild and you're not chronically online, or maybe you're different from your online persona. Yeah, this vulture though, just be careful, in case, because some of these people, maybe they have good intentions, but they do feel like there's a little bit of an energy drain because they just want you. I'm watching you every day from a fake profile, collecting information, reminiscing past, jealousy. I want to take care of you, financial support, emotional, masculine energy. Yeah, all that. I said that before I flipped anything over, so that's just confirmation. But yeah, they're literally just watching you. And for some of them, they want to be like you. And that's kind of why they admire you. The thing is, though, is they want to keep it a secret because they know, like, I don't feel like any of these guys want to be known as the creepy old man. And they like to pretend like they're the only guy doing this because it makes them feel gross, right? They're sitting there like, I don't want to feel emasculated by being this age, and then this young person's bringing all of this back to me, right? There's a shame in that, because again, they're based in shame culture, where they couldn't live out their fantasy, or they couldn't move on from the past. They chased success because that's what they were taught was going to be fulfilling to them. And then when life didn't work out that way, they're trying to get back to that younger space, right? They're not aging gracefully. And it's because no one taught them that you got to get out of your situations when it's not working for you anymore. You don't have to be young to make changes and new choices. But it does get harder as you get older. So, yeah, but I just feel like there's good news. There's good news. You guys bring good energy and good vibes. I just heard thunder, so it's like, yeah, just because the thunder and lightning are coming doesn't mean everyone's getting washed away in the flood. Just means prepare for the storm. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if this message resonated with you. And I will see you all next time. Take care. Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 2. And these are going to be your messages on who is your secret admirer. Okay, I'm sorry. Every time, like, when I picked the sticker, when I pulled your cards, every time this energy, I just couldn't stop laughing. And all I kept hearing is, like, you're the secret admirer. Like, you are the secret admirer, pile number 2. And I know maybe you love this person that you're admiring, but I feel like you guys are more of the secret admirer than the other person, okay? This is just silly. I don't know, like, I'm kind of blushing a little bit. Yeah, okay, let's lay it on me, Spirit, because I'm like, why would you watch a video about who is your secret admirer, and then you get the response of yourself? So maybe you got low self-esteem and you're watching your own stuff? I mean, I know I watch my pick a card readings all the time, so hi if this is future me, but like, y'all need Jesus. You know, I'm immediately thinking of like, sometimes when people get tarot readings and they're like, all right, who's watching me? You know, you always have this vibe that like, all right, there's someone out there that thinks I'm amazing and blah, 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 and I'm picking up on this vibe. And it sounds like it's yourself needing to hype you up, but you can't like admit that it's you or your person. I don't know. It's either a person that's so much like you that they're like you, or it's literally you, yourself. Like you and your higher self bringing your own energy back to you. This is so weird, wild. I don't know, I'm tripping up. Grip, anchor, chains weighed down, purge, free will, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, someone's working really hard behind the scenes. Master in reverse. I pray for us to be reunited. I need to be intimate with you. Yeah, there's some kind of... There's like a divine intervention here between you and this person. The secret admirer with free will. I feel like free will got in the way of this connection. Because it's kind of like, yeah, there was like a conflict between you and your secret admirer. But like I keep smiling every single time where I'm just kind of like, it doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't matter. Like, there's the whole universe out there. And you're allowed to choose whatever you want. You know? I don't know, purge. Someone's been cleaning their energy out. They've been purging out old stories. Grip. Anchor. I feel like you guys, pile number 2, you're an anchor to this person. So whoever's secretly admiring you, they're working hard. But like, I see you're like the finish line. Like, it's kind of like, okay, maybe this is an idealistic person. And they're like, I'm not idolizing, like, you are my person. So this is what I'm gonna do. You know, with the Master Emerald here in reverse, I don't know what that means in terms of normal tarot. But the vibe I get is it's kind of like someone lost their spark. Someone lost their magic. Maybe you told this person, y'all need Jesus. You're sitting there going like, man, you need to get your shit together. And so this person said, say less. But maybe at first they were like, you're not my mother. You're not my parent or father. And then it was kind of like, it just randomly dawned on this person. And again, I just see like all this working out. Like they're just sitting there like, yeah, I'm going to show them. I'm show them that I ain't no mama's bitch. I ain't no mama's boy. They want to fuck you silly. I pray for us to be reunited. Yeah, this person's sitting there just like, this is so funny. I don't know what you did. This is like a slap upside the head. And you said, okay, that's it. That is it. I'm getting my shit together because of you. You know, and maybe you did the same thing for this person. Like, maybe you met this person. And you're like, man, like, I really like their body. I'm going to start working out now. You know? Like, oh shit, I really enjoy this. You know, it's kind of like you guys mirror. This is why I keep laughing. I'm literally sitting there going like, you guys do the same things to each other, and that's why it's a secret admirer, because you're like, there's no way in fuck this person did the exact same thing as me, and they did. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm literally just sitting here thinking, like, yeah, you were just like, no, I'm not gonna do this because of pile number 2. I'm gonna do this because of myself. Oh yeah. But because this person is just like you, they also do the same thing back, where they're like, oh yeah, no, I really love pile number 2's hair. Maybe I should get a haircut. Maybe I should shave my head. You know, like, there's just like, and then this person like prays for clarity, and they're just like, okay, God, what is this person telling me? You know, like, it's not because I love this person, it's because I just need to be around this person, you know? Like, the mental loops that this person is doing, I'm like, y'all. Yeah, I just keep seeing, like, y'all. It's y'all. You know what I mean? Like, they like you, pile number 2. They like you back. What are you doing? Why are you praying for this person? Oh my God. Yeah, like, you guys are so synchronistic. This is just silly at this point. This is silly. Like, there's no secret. There's no secret. You guys even know you like each other, but you won't do anything about it. Oh my God. Okay. We got Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yeah. September. September might be a time frame. Target a goal-oriented person. Yeah, so I'm seeing, like, with goal-oriented, the secret admirer, they're very accomplishment-oriented, right? So I'm thinking of, like, when I did abs by August, right? Because for me, I have a hard time accomplishing goals if there's not, like, a target deadline and there's no, like, reward at the end of it. So when I said abs by August, I said, okay, I want to have abs by the end of these 4 months, right? And so I started in the spring, and so then I started working out, and I was able to keep up with it, and it was fun, and it was whatever, and then I got real abs. And it was like, awesome, that's so great. And then since that, I've not kept them up, because I'm just like, well, now I don't care anymore. You know, even though I want to work out, I absolutely can, I know I'm capable of it, I just don't have the goal. And so it's kind of like with this person, you're the goal. So what they gotta do is they gotta say, like, okay, well, if I want to impress pile number 2, you're my target. So what do I gotta do? Okay, by September, by the time that this show happens, by the time that this event happens, this business trip, I'm gonna look so fucking great, I'm gonna be so hardcore and awesome that pile number 2 has to notice me. They have to acknowledge me, because I'm gonna be so freaking cool that nothing is gonna cause them to look away from me. Which isn't true, because they're already looking at you, but, like, not in that way. Oh my God, I wanna kiss you. I'm learning about soul connections and twin flames. Yeah, so this person, your secret admirer pile number 2, they're looking into soul contracts, because they're like, all right, something's wrong here. Like, there's something. This is so funny. I used to be this way too. Where it's kind of like you have a certain connection with somebody, and you're like, okay, this isn't a trauma bond. This isn't traditional love interest, because, like, I know what it's like when I have crushes on people. So you intellectualize it, and then you learn about soul contracts and connections, because you're like, yeah, this is like a feeling that can only be described as divine intervention, because nothing can compare this experience. And it's not like a feeling. You know what I mean? It is, but it's not. And so I can see this person literally being like, okay, what gives? Like, what do I gotta do to fix this? Right? And everyone around them's like, you don't fix a soul contract. You experience life. And they're like, yeah, I understand that. I'm an intellectual. I'm not stupid. But why do I have feelings? You know what I mean? It's just like this, that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's all there is. You know, like there's not like this whole big, and this is part of this person's journey. You just can't intellectualize spirituality like that. And it's just causing them to churn and churn or try to over explain things to the spiritual and they're like, ma'am, you paid for a $30 tarot reading in 15 minutes. I'm not explaining Caroline Mist to you in a whole, oh my God, this is so funny. Protection from a powerful friend. Eagles, triumph over trouble's obstacles. Angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. Aww. So maybe this person's a little autistic. Maybe stubborn. Maybe they have a disability. But they're trying, man. They are so fucking trying hard to get back to you, get back to the old selves. They're just sitting there being like, okay, I'm gonna do this. You know, triumph over your troubles and obstacles. And they're doing it. Like, that's what's kind of cool. Is like your secret admirer is literally being like, okay, I made that goal. Boom. I'm gonna get this person back. Boom. Spiritual guidance, protection from... Yeah, I do see this person reaching out. Maybe they are burning candles, manifestation candles, clearing things out, talking to their ancestors. Y'all need Jesus. Maybe they're... Oh, this is so funny. I could see this person having listened to something that you said. They liked it so much that they adopted it, and now they're calling people out from around them, using your words and your language. And everyone's like, where in the fuck did you do this 180? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I could see this person having like certain political beliefs, but they like you so much that when you said something, they're like, yeah, oh my God, why didn't I think of it that way? And then they're like, guys, stop. This is wrong. And everyone's just like, what? You were literally going on a tirade 3 months ago. And they're like, no, I never said that. And everyone around them's just like, bro. Is this because of so? And they're like, no, it is not. And this person may get into arguments with their friends. Protection from a powerful friend. Yeah, I feel like this person, pile number 2, they've got some powerful allies. Maybe those allies watch you in secret, but they're kind of just like, with the dog, they're kind of like, I don't get it. I guess. But they're attractive. File number 2 is attractive, so... And your secret admirer needed Jesus, and if this is how it's gonna work, then okay, we're gonna just let it happen. You really got through to this person in a way that no one else does. Yeah. Oh, I can just see, like, the America, fuck yeah, like... This person's a hard worker. They know what it is to struggle. Third party. Ooh. Maybe they're with somebody. Somebody's jealous. Not. Unsuccessful plans. Yeah, so your secret admirer is a secret because they couldn't successfully do something. Either without you, I was like, maybe there was a failed suicide attempt. Jesus. Over a third party or something. Yeah, I'm literally just like, maybe you talked someone off the edge without knowing it. And so that's why they saw you as an angel. That you came in right on time. Damn, no wonder this person's devoted. They're literally like, you saved my life. Like, how the fuck did you know? And it's like, well, I'm spiritual? Divine intervention? I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was like, maybe this person, like, quit religion and then, like, you're their new religion. I don't know. I feel like this person just needs somebody to believe in. It's a little toxic, but if it's what's getting them through the night, then great. You know, kudos to this person. I mean, because, like, again, it's a secret because they don't want you to know about this. The unsuccessful plans. Like, they don't want you to know how badly they messed up. What it took to get them to where they're at now. It's like, there's something about, like, you think and believe that they're successful because of their hard work and their work ethic, when maybe really they weren't. Maybe things were just handed to them. Maybe they were just right person, wrong time. And they see you busting ass, doing everything your own way, and they're like, Maybe at first they thought you needed Jesus, and they were like, no, you got to do this, this, and this, and this. And then they quickly realize, what am I doing giving you advice? You already know what you're doing. And then they felt stupid because they're like, this person's smarter than me. I should be listening to them, not the other way around. But they didn't want to admit that until, again, it sounds like you just saved their life or you did something that they're very grateful for. And I don't even think you knew it. Like, I don't know if you called something out or you said something to somebody, but like, that's what they needed. They needed that help. I constantly check your social media to see what you're up to. Oh my God. This person wants access to your social media so bad. And it's kind of funny because it's like, even if they show up, they're like, they don't know what they want to do. Their stomach just turns in knots. Yeah, I see this person, maybe they have digestive issues, talking issues when you're around. Yeah, there's something about like whatever went on between the two of you, it like just turns them to knots. And it's like, it's okay, geez. You both like each other, so it's like, what are you doing? All right, so we got the Knight of Swords, doesn't surprise me, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So something about this person, they feel more traditional, but they're normally slow moving, right? Knight of Pentacles is usually slow moving, earthy, reliable, but they're not coming in fast. This tells me that there was some kind of a shock to their system. Like with this right here, you've got Omega from Sonic the Hedgehog, like blasting everything and is supercharged and whatever. And like, this person's ready to fight. This person's like, And like with Knuckles, he's also a fighter. But he can be a little bit slow. This tells me he's not backing down. Right? Again, maybe he's in a financial situation. Maybe he's pissed off about something, but he's like, oh, hell no. You're not getting away with that. Y'all need Jesus. It's so funny. This person's stubborn because, like, on the one hand, they're mad at you, but they're also, like, in a disagreement with you at the same time. Which I'm like, how does that work? How can they be angry at you and in a disagreement and that's not, like, related? Or, like, it's two separate things. Because they have you in this pedestal as an angel, they're admiring you in secret, but they think you know how they feel. They don't want you to know how they feel, but they feel like you know them anyway, better than they know themselves. And there's some kind of spiritual guidance that's also interfering, that's causing a disconnect between the two of you. So you have to come together at some point to clear the air, but they don't want to, and you don't want to. And that's where this portal's opening up. Where it's going to be like, blast from the past, motherfucker. It's got this person agitated and anxious. You should be here. Yeah, they're literally like, what the fuck are you doing over there? Get your ass right here. That's why, to me, I'm like, how is this a secret? The only way I can see that this person admires you is a secret is because they're not saying shit to you. And I feel like they're like, well, pile number 2 should just know that I'm their admirer, that I'm stalking them, that they're blah, 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 blah. When it's like, this other person's like, no, you're not showing me clear signals. You're showing me unsuccessful plans. Like, maybe this person planned to do something big and it backfired or didn't work out, and this other person was like, what the fuck? Where did this go? Like, I thought you were supposed to say something by now. You were always on my mind. They talk about you a lot. I have your picture on my phone and I look at it all the time. Man, this has been coming out a lot of nostalgia. There is telepathy between our hearts. I want to make things right between us. Yeah, aw. I felt like all my energy gets soft right here. Yeah, where it's kind of like this person's very passionate and hot-headed and whatever, but like, they know they messed up things between you. And they're like, well, you're my angel, whatever. Like, the way this energy just got super soft right away. And they're like, all right, no playing games. No. We're gonna work this out right now. I have your picture. Yeah, there's something about like maybe they took a screenshot or a photo of you that they liked. Or they looked you up online to find photos of you, and when they didn't find that many, they went to their friends. Maybe they went stalker mode, fake profile, to find like the good shit. Oh my god, this person's a ham. Yeah, but like, you're always on my mind. Like, I literally see them like staying up late worrying about what happened between the two of you, what happened to you. Are you okay? Is someone else pleasing you, taking care of you at least? Because to them, they're like, well, there's nobody else better than me for this person. So, like, if they've got to go deal with their side hoe, their side person, whatever. But, like, are they being taken care of? Like, they're not living on the street. Like, I don't know. There's something about them being like, I wonder what you do in your free time. They're like, are you talking about me to other people? Because this person's definitely, like, fucking talking. They talk shit about you. They talk great things. Like, love triangle or whatever. Like, there's also, like, telepathy, though. Because I feel like while maybe they are psychically in tune to you, they don't know everything. But every once in a while, they'll get a little nudge of being like, hey, something's going on with pal number 2. And this person, like, stops everything what they're doing. They're like, okay, let me tune in. You know, I see them, like, closing their eyes and be like, all right, I can't hear or whatever. And, like, yeah, something about, like, a third party. So maybe they know when you're with a third party. I don't know, successful, though. Like, damn. Like, there's just something about, like, I don't know, maybe, like, a suicide attempt was significant to this person. Maybe this person was worried about you, pile number 2. Damn. But yeah, I just see that you should be here. You know, literally they're just like, it's just a matter of time. But yeah, all I can hear though is like the secret admirer is you, pile number 2, because at the end of the day, like maybe you're trying to figure out if this person likes you back, and it's kind of just like, at this point, Spirit's like, why? Why? Why do you keep asking, like, why do you keep coming between us? Like, you are the guys, the people that are stopping you from coming together with this person. So, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of just like, just keep giving up the toxic shit. Start healing. Start rejecting stuff that isn't good for you and good for your mind and your mental health and all that stuff, and then it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be together, so just wait it out. You know, you don't have to rush things and let this person kind of settle. You know, they're still moving a bit slow, and they're gonna try rushing in anyway, so, but you gotta wait till the portal's open. It's a timing thing, you know? And whatever's gonna come between you two, it's gonna come between you two no matter what. So you can avoid this like a freight train, which I don't think you want to. So it's gonna be okay. Seriously. Just keep learning about yourself, learning about the situation and all that, and it's gonna reveal itself. The truth will be revealed as it needs to be. Slowly and in time with God's plan. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if this resonated with you, and I will see you all next time. Take care, bye. Hello everyone, welcome to pile number 3, and these are going to be your messages on who is your secret admirer and why are they watching you. So off the bat, this person is quiet. This person will never reveal that they secretly have feelings for you unless they are 110 absolutely certain that they're going to get what they came for. There is a lot of sexual energy hidden in this person. Like, I'm seeing, like, oh, I know this energy so well. It's very devious. It's kind of like being like, okay, so I know you have feelings for somebody else. But that's okay. I'm going to wait. And I'm going to prove you why I'm better than that person. And this person just casually just slides their arm around you and be like, hey. Gives me devil energy, but not. Because I feel like this person's secretly a good person. I feel like they just try a little too hard to be the bad boy or bad girl. I feel like they don't fit in, but they don't really care. it's a sophisticated energy. Like I'm hearing a certain kind of beat or like music in my head where it's like, this feels like book talk. You know what I mean? This is the kind of like romance where you're like, they're sophisticated. They want to be mysterious. They don't want you to really know too much, but dang, the horny vibes. Oh my gosh, this is cute. Okay. Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Ooh. Maybe this person likes you because you have money. Not because this person isn't wealthy themselves, but I feel like they're not going to reveal their truth about how much they make because they don't want to spoil. I feel like they don't want to spoil you until they know you are who they say they are. You know what I mean? But they give you little hints and tips and signals that they're wealthy. You know what I mean? Like I could see this person being like, hey, I saw you down at the bar. Okay, let me buy you. No. Don't buy this trash. Here, I'm going to give you the top liquor on the shelf. What do you think of that? Okay. Yeah. Good boy. Good girl. And then they go on their way, leaving you just like, like, oh, you're like big spender. It's like, no. I just want you to enjoy the finer things in life. They just casually like to show that they're wealthy. You know, it gets you both off, apparently. It says there's disappointment in some affair. Club, someone will try to make you do something against your will. Someone's into BDSM. And it's funny because when I saw club, I was like, oh, the battering club. And I was thinking like, no, go into the club. Like I could see this person taking you to a strip club, but taking you to the VIP lounge and being like, hey, you seem kind of innocent. Have you ever done this before? Okay, well, let me show you how fun it is. You know? Because at first I was like, well, maybe you're not paying attention to the red flags, pile number 3. So that could be a warning sign for the secret admirer, but I feel like it's kind of like, this is made of rubber. You know what I mean? Like, this is like classic BDSM, like, oh yeah, chains and whips excite me, but like the moment you're like feeling uncomfortable, they're like, nope, cut the lights. Cut the lights, nope. I know the safe word, what's up, what's wrong? You know, disappointed in some affair. Yeah, they know someone broke your heart recently. They know that you've never been treated right because they're like, the way your body reacts to what I'm doing to you. Oh, this is a fangirl of some kind. You know, even, regardless of what gender is, a fangirl's a fangirl, okay? This person, man, they're like, They're like, I admire the way that body moves. I feel so much passion for you. Yeah, that is accurate. There is passion. Please be patient with me. I need more time. Yeah, I don't know if maybe they're getting their thoughts together before approaching you. They don't really feel like they know how to approach you yet. Because they know that you're a little more sophisticated. They know that you wouldn't ever go to a strip club without a little convincing, without a little arm candy, without a little something. You know? So they're going to be like, how do I sweeten the deal for this person? Come in the back with me. You know? But they want to make sure that they do it right. You know, they are trying to figure out, how do I make it clear to pile number 3 that I'm not a creepy or that I'm not a bad person? You know? I was disappointed. I don't know if maybe you cut ties with this person too soon. Maybe you didn't trust their intentions when they were trying to be sophisticated. And they're like, oh, this person cut me off. Damn it. That's okay. I've got a secret. And you don't know about it yet, but I'm just saying, when you come back around, because I know you're going to be begging for more, I'm going to show you what it's really like to be with me. This person's so cocky. I love it. Please forgive me. Yeah, they're like, no. This was fake. This was fake. This was a persona. Like, I'm not that kind of douchebag. I thought you were into that. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, did this person try to like, I could see this person maybe watching too much porn and thinking, oh man, this is what a girl wants. She wants a man who talks dirty to her, talks down to her, whatever. And then like, maybe you saw it as a red flag and this person was like, shit, I didn't use the safe word, or we didn't communicate. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe this person, again, they're a little more traditional. They're just more of like, I only got one shot, and this is the mistakes I made in the past and I learned, but then you're not following the same script as what other people are doing. Sassy bitch. I think they think you're a sassy bitch, and they love that about you. But that's also where they're a little hurt. You will be self-made and self-paid. Yeah, this person, like, they just want to pay you. They want to throw money at you just because it makes them feel good. Being like, ooh, yeah, I helped fund that girl's business. Yeah, this is how I get off. You know? I elevated this woman because that's how masculine I am. Oh my god, that is really hot. Okay. Yeah. I'm sending you songs. Yeah, they're sending love songs. So if you're listening to the radio someday and you're like, I feel like this is my secret admirer, it's probably from them. Traditional views, possible, limiting beliefs, old-fashioned. Yeah. So what's interesting about the secret admirer person, this person may have a family, or this lifestyle goes against their family belief system. I could definitely see this person having affairs and wanting to have an affair with you. That's why it's a secret, that they're kind of just like, I chose you because I feel like you would get off on this just as much as I would. They don't really care how, I don't want to say who it hurts because they know it hurts, but I feel like maybe they've had an arrangement. They either had an arranged marriage, or there's something about like their wife and family and kids. Like, it's just kind of cultural to be like, this is who I am. And we just don't talk about it. You know? I get my way, she gets her way, we all win. You know, I'm elevating everybody. Yeah, and like with traditional belief system, it's kind of like maybe you're a little more progressive than this person, but this person's like, man, we've been doing this for thousands of years. This is how we were empowering women in the past. What did you think? What do you think got women to where they are today? Which I'm like, that's a little misogynistic. Old-fashioned. And they're like, yeah, but if it didn't work, I wouldn't have women coming to me. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. I get constant reminders of you. Yeah. It's driving them crazy. Asking around what you can do, what they can do to get you back or win you over. Something about like business. So maybe they own a big company. They have a lot of money, or they have a lot of suitors and clients. They want you though because they like what you're doing and they like what you're about. They like how you make them feel. But the key point here, though, just to warn y'all, pile number 3, like by feelings, those feelings get run through quickly with this person. This person seeks out adrenaline highs. I don't necessarily feel like this is for your highest good for a long-term relationship, but obviously do whatever you need to do. But this person loves money. And they love that you're about money, or that you have standards and that you value. There's something about like just worship. They just want to worship you. You know, they're kind of like, don't focus on morality. This is all about pleasuring you. That's why I kind of get the devil energy, because it's literally like, this is just about pleasure. This is just about sex. This is just about having fun. When you don't pay attention to the rest of it, I'm not that way. You know what I mean? You make me feel like the luckiest person in the world. Yeah. They know you are someone who it's hard to have access to. And that's what gets them off even more, is that they know that you're exclusive, just like they're exclusive. Because yeah, even though this person goes like, yeah, I know tons of women and blah, 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 they actually don't. At least not the women like you, pile number 3. Or men. I'll throw men in here, but a majority of you are going to be gals, so. Yeah, this person feels like they want you to feel like you're lucky. Because this guy, he does feel like he's a lucky guy for getting a chance with you, getting a shot with you. Because they know, it's funny because I just keep hearing they know what you worship, you know, or how you worship. I'm also seeing barefoot. So like maybe this person likes being barefoot. There's sensory. It's kind of like they know how the world works. And so they want to give you the best of what they can within the confines of the world, or the world that they live in. We got King of Pentacles. Ooh, this guy's wealthy. Or maybe he didn't used to be. But that's like, I literally see him, he's just like, want to throw money at you. I'm like, shit. This guy's really fast, though. Yeah, really smart. Really quick on his feet. I could see this person ghosting you. But they're your secret admirers, so like they're not going to stay away long. But they're also not going to stay for forever. You know, because, again, I just see ADHD attachment style. We've got the Six of Fire, the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so there's something about, like, they feel like when they can't have you, it feels like a loss to them. They want a victory with you. Eternal Flame, yeah. So maybe this person is spiritual. I feel like this person does know how to manifest things. There's something about the word broke. I feel like this person intentionally likes to find broke women, broken people. And normally, this type of energy is pretty abusive. And I won't lie, there could be a little bit of abusiveness energy to this person. However, what I'm being guided to say is this person knows, like, they want to elevate you in some kind of way. This person does have spiritual guidance. And I think that they know and they pray for someone that fits into the description of what they're looking for. Otherwise, you wouldn't have access to this person in the first place. Because I feel like this is a guy who they're very smart and they are very spiritual. So they know what they're doing. I was like, maybe this person's a Scorpio. I see death energy because, like, this card, this flag's from the death card, right? In tarot. But with Eternal Flame, I'm literally just like, I just see, like, everlasting light. So I can definitely see this person being an evangelical pastor or having ties to the church. And they work with the devil on the side. Oh my God. Wow. I can't stop thinking about you. Don't ever think that I forgot our connection. Photographs, memories. I need some time to sort out my life. Yeah. I don't know what you did to this person. Pile number 3, but this secret admirer, like, with legal issues, there's something about, like, they didn't get away with something with you, like what they normally do. And I think they like that because they're so used to always dealing with underhanded people. I'm hearing the word, like, backhanded comments and stuff. And so when they found out you were real, you weren't fake, like, you actually stood by your principles and values, they miss you even more and they love you even more. And maybe there's something different about you, because, like, so, like, these hands is, like, interracial. It really feels like they want you to know right now that they're not looking at other people right now. And that they really do, like, you really did teach them something. You know, because I feel like this kind of energy often gets misunderstood because you're like, oh, it's just a misogynistic pig, they don't care, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's not even remotely true. It's just that it's different. The world and the way the world works for a guy like this is very different than what it is for most people on our level, I guess we'll say. Like, unless you're very, very wealthy and grew up with all that stuff, like, that's a very small minority of people, okay, in this world and in this lifetime. And with the, I need to sort out my life, there's something about, like, this person, like, maybe you served them a little bit of justice with a comment that you made. With legal issues, I do feel like they do have to take care of something in their personal life. And the secret admirer admires you because of your sense of justice. They sense that you're real. And that even if, like, if push came to shove and they did something to you, no amount of money you threw at them would cause you to break in your belief system. And this is why they really, really like you. And they really wish that they could show you a good time. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, like, even though this person's a devil, on the inside, it really feels like this person tries to humanize people. They're jaded and a little disgusted by society. And to them, it's kind of like, yeah, it's like the devil in street clothes. But I'm feeling like, if you guys have heard of the show Lucifer, it's kind of like, yeah, the devil's working with the police, you know, to help stop crime. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's just like, it's getting boring. It's getting old. It's kind of like they're so used to seeing the good people that are fake. And when they see people like you, they feel extra special and shiny. Because they know that you actually see them. Or at least, I don't think they think you see them. I don't know. I think this person isn't used to people recognizing them. Because they think, oh yeah, I'm the smartest person in the room. And it's just like, okay. But you might not be that predictable. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the secret admirer, I think you help solidify a belief system in them. I don't know, they just really cherish you. And that's real. You know, I see them like they genuinely cherish you. In a detached way. I don't know, I think it's just who this person is. You know. But I don't know, it just gives me the vibe of like a devil actually falling for an angel because they're like, oh, I'm just so used to everything being a trick or whatever, or just they like your innocence. They believe you deserve the money that they accumulate, and you just so happen to be the exception. I don't know, I'm feeling like also like Has-Been Hotel type, where Satan's daughter is like, we're gonna rehabilitate everybody, and then everyone's just like, you know what, you're cute. All right, here, have some money. Here's your charity case, okay. You know, I just feel like this person, they're not fooling themselves. They've seen a lot. They're jaded, but rightfully so. It's kind of like this person just knows how the world works. And they came out on top because they were lucky. And you make them feel like a hero, despite all that. And yeah, they make you feel pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. This is really sexy and really just, I just say, you know, if you want to be with this person, don't ask too many questions. Stick around, have a good time. And then let them go when they gotta go party on. So sophisticated. Interesting. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below if this resonated with you. And I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 4. And these are going to be your messages on who is your secret admirer and why are they watching you. So, I'm not going to lie. In between piles, I had a little cry session. And so it kind of set the vibe off for this pile a little bit, so I apologize, but what my eyes are drawn to is million. Okay, and so there's something about your secret admirer. I don't know if this person's a writer, but they're a storyteller, for sure. And I feel like this is the kind of secret admirer that, like, they watch you when you go to school, or when you go do things. I don't know, there's something about you that they are just like taking notes. And I could see them literally like going, wow, this person's so amazing. And then telling all their friends about you, right? They tell stories about you of all the cool things you did and be like, wow, I want to be just like pile number 4. I want to go on these trips. I want to go see those things. Yeah, there's something about like they see you and they tell their friends about your accomplishments or about your journey. Like, it feels like this person really is down to earth. And they just like you, pile number 4. I don't know, I was like sitting here crying and just being like, part of what I was crying about was someone caring about me and I didn't believe it. you know? And I feel like this person would be, I don't know, it's kind of like, I feel like you guys have been through things, pile number 4. And to you guys, you don't believe this person would be a secret admirer. In fact, you're like, I don't know why anyone would admire me at all. And this person's like, oh my gosh, like they fangirl about you. And like I've had this with people where I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. Why are you so down on yourself? And it's like this, what the fuck? Yeah, maybe you can hear the storm going on in the background. And the thunder. I want to make our connection work. Compromise, conditions, putting effort. The nights are so long. No one else understands me. Bear, danger, especially in money matters. Hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Yeah, this person admires you because of your outreach. Because of the way you help people. You know, to them, they're like, maybe they're going through a storm in life right now. And no one else understands me. And then you come in and you're just like, hi. And like all of that doubt melts away. And maybe it's the stories you tell. Where it's like, okay, you're at a party. And the secret admirer is sitting there having a bad day, and then you just tell them this off-the-wall story about some random shit that they did when they were growing up or whatever, and then this person forgets all about the tragedy or the bad thing that happened. With the I want to make our connection work, I feel like this person wants to get to know you better and closer, but maybe they can't. So maybe they have a mental illness, maybe they have a disability, maybe there's something blocking them from being able to reach out. And some of them, they're just afraid to say, hey, I care about you. Well, there's the thunder right there. In need of help, assistance, and guidance. Yeah, so I feel like this person wants help, or they needs help, but they can't say it. And they are especially afraid to share that with you, especially because they admire you. You know, it's kind of like you don't ask a superhero, hey, I need some money to get gas because I'm broke. Or I need some money because I'm trying to accomplish this thing and I can't do it. And I'm so worried about bills. You know, especially danger and money matters. Yeah, like there's something about you guys, pile number 4, that you come across as abundant or someone who can help. Or this person's just afraid of reaching out to you. Because it's a secret how much they like you. And there's something about like they can tell. They're like, there's no way that this person feels the same. There's no way that this person would want to help out and reach out to me. No one else understands me and gets me like you do. And so there kind of is this resigned feeling where they're just like, I understand that we live in 2 different worlds. And that's why I'm not going to reach out. I'm not going to ask for money. I'm not going to ask for help or assistance because it's my journey to take. And you guys, pile number 4, you're like, maybe that's not true. You know? Take what resonates, but the secret admirer is literally just like, yeah, notice all the hands. Like literally just holding out a hand being like, could we just talk? You know? Like, please don't. Yeah, this person's like, please don't go away. Yeah, because to me, it's like, it doesn't matter how much money you think this person has or what this person's going through. Like, they just want your time. You know, they want your stories. Like, they're kind of just sitting here like, okay, pile number 4 got me through a lot of shit. And it's a lot harder when you make mistakes and knowing that person's not coming back, or like there's just something about like this person kind of knows, or at least thinks and feels that you don't need them. You don't need to rely on them. So there's no real incentive for you to spend time with them. Like it feels like charity. You know, they're kind of like, this person's accomplished. This person could be with anybody else in the world right now. Why are you picking me? And it's because of their stories. It's because of their gifts. It's because of you, pile number 4. I don't know. There's just something very mutual about the 2 of you. And this person just can't let up on how much they appreciate you and miss you. And they want to give you a helping hand back, but they can't. And it's not their fault. And, maybe you're making something and they really want to reach out and they want to say congrats, good job, but they're like, I don't want to be too pushy. I don't want to be that guy. Four-leaf clover, great good fortune. Yeah, someone put on a show. Someone's putting on a show that maybe they're more successful and clever than they are. Sunrise, new creative ideas, new adventures, a fresh start. Yeah, they see you going off into the sunset without them. And it's a secret because they knew that you weren't going to be by their side. And it's lonely without you. It's like I'm sitting here like the house to myself and I'm just hearing this storm and this person feels very, very alone. But this person can also tell that you're alone too. And it's just the rejection. There's a fantasy going on here. I don't know if this person can tell something's not right, but they don't know what to do. Maybe something's over and you made it clear, but they don't want you to go. Yeah. New creative ideas. I feel like this person loves your creativity. I could see this, like, for example, if you're a content creator, or maybe even not. It's just more of like when you show up online, when you haven't been around for a couple days, they're like, oh my gosh, pile number 4 is posting, yay! You know what I mean? Maybe they look forward to your memes. Maybe it's like you're that person that grounds them, because it's kind of like, okay, if pile number 4 is crashing out, if pile number 4 feels this way, then I'm doing okay. You know what I mean? Like, they use you as a gauge, and they think that whenever you show up, it's good for them. Being loyal to someone scares me. Commitment issues, unfaithful, polyamorous. Yeah, there's something about, like, they've just got issues with compatibility with someone. And it's kind of like when someone has a lot of options and they're not going to choose you, but you would choose them in a heartbeat. And they know that there's love for you there that you won't be able to receive, and they're just like, I can't give you money, I can't fulfill your wishes or your dreams, but I can at least be there for you. Oh, I wish I could be there for you. I didn't even read that. I see things that remind me of you everywhere I go. Intervention, rescue, others involved. Yeah, this person wants a rescuer. And they feel that rescuer's you. And, your secret admirer just wants you to know that they love you. That they can't do much, but even if it's just holding your hand through something hard, that's what they want for you. And it's kind of like, again, this could be someone from your past, this could be someone you're watching right now, or they're watching you. And it's like, I see things, so maybe they intuitively know something's going on with you, but they're not speaking up because they don't feel like they should say anything. There's like a shock or surprise coming your way. Something scares me. Yeah, there's something about, like, this person, like, they feel like they can't be loyal to you because they don't know the truth. Yeah, the secret admirer is just like, they're like, I'm seeing things, I don't know who this person is anymore. Commitment issues, maybe they think that you're going down the wrong path. Yeah, I just see the hand out being like, hey, it's time to come back. Come back to the light. Come back to us. This could be a group of people. Manipulation. Yes, they feel like someone's been manipulating you and extorting you. Yeah, there's like crying involved. So like maybe there were people that were literally like, wow, I can't believe this happened that way. You are so lucky, pile number 4, and yet you're making these decisions. It's almost like though people are making decisions for you without including you in the equation. Foolish. Oh my gosh, maybe they're like, why are you chasing after this douchebag? This secret admirer, like they like you too much and they're like, why would you love a person like this? I feel like they're crying because they're like, wow, I would never treat you that way. And I know I'm not your dream person, but you would literally settle for this shit over me? That just hurts them, or it cuts them a certain kind of way. And they're like, bro, this sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I could see this person basically being like, yeah, I think about pile number 4 every once in a while. I could never get with them, but like, they're going to continue to choose things that aren't right for them, and I can't do anything about it. You have my whole heart. Aw, someone likes you. I didn't show you what you meant to me. You are triggering my wounds, dysfunctional family, childhood traumas, abandonment. Yeah. There's something about love, like this person didn't know how to love you. Pile number 4. They don't know how to love themselves. With manipulation, it just kind of feels like everything is an excuse with this person. I don't know. I just feel like this is a third party. Like this is someone watching you crashing out over someone that you didn't know that this person was an asshole. And they're like, we're going to love you through it anyway. So why did you push me away instead of them when they're the ones hurting you? Yeah, I didn't show you what you meant to me. Yeah, because that feels like a friend. You know, that one right there. But like, there's like a mixed bag of people. With you're triggering my wounds, yeah, I feel like this person reacts to certain things because they already feel abandoned in this connection with you. Well, it's also kind of like when you see someone bright and shiny, like you, pile number 4, and you walk away from something that they really care about, or you're like, this doesn't mean that much. Meanwhile, they were like, I looked forward to this. This was what was helping me cope. This was my ability to connect with someone like you. And it was getting me through. And I feel like there's like a creative sunrise, though. Like there's something about you guys, pile number 4, like you're rising. You know, and I think they admire you for that. Because they know you've been through a lot. And they know that... I think they know that there's going to be someone else. And it's going to be someone else's turn. They're just praying that it's not this person. There's somebody that needs your help more than this person, they're saying. And it's them. So I could definitely see this being like, hey, you know, you can do so many cool things that would help a lot of people. Instead, you're choosing to cry over a douchebag and letting that waste your time. You know? With the hand, they're just like, and I can't do anything about it because maybe this person has more resources, this person has more time and energy to give to you. They just don't understand you, pile number 4. Or they don't understand your decisions. And they just want you to know that they like you for who you are, for what you mean to them. They love your body, your soul, your smile. And they just really don't want you to change, especially not for somebody else. They want you to have your fresh start. They want to see you succeed, and they want to hold your hand. Or at least give you their hand. They'll be like, whatever you need, I'll do it. If it's easy, you know, like, even if it's just like, hey, sharing something on someone's Facebook. You know? Tagging you, doing the little small things. Sending a $5 tip somewhere. Yeah, you have my whole heart. Yeah, this person's, like, these people genuinely love you. Aww. I think it's just really hard for them to feel abandoned and neglected when you used to smile at them. Or play with them or whatever. Because some of these people could be friends from childhood. They see you glowing and growing. And some of them take that glow up as a rejection of them. You know, like I'm thinking of like with Billie Eilish, when Billie Eilish had that certain look and she was famous and then she changed and she looked way more feminine and everyone was like, this is a betrayal. No, it isn't. It has nothing to do with you. You know? It has everything to do with the person watching. But it's gonna be okay, pile number 4, and it's okay, pile number 4's person, because you guys are secret admirers, and you don't have to come forward, you don't have to say your piece out loud to this person, because they already know now because they're watching this reading. But it's like, it's okay to reach a hand back out to folks and give a shout out to the people that supported you during your down periods in your past. Yeah, I see this person just covering their face in shame because they're like, wow, this person, I was that person that hurt pile number 4, maybe. I was used, I was manipulated. Yeah, there's like a mixed bag of people here. Because some of these people, they're people that they feel like you manipulated them, that you weren't actually their friend. I don't know, but I gotta argue, like, you're a person, though. And they're a person. And you didn't owe them this connection just because you're successful at what you do. I don't know, your thoughts and feelings are yours, not theirs. And they just think things could have been different if they would have shown you their truth and how they felt. And what they had between you. I don't know, pile number 4. I mean, you can show up for these people. It's just, are they going to show up for you? A lot of them can't. And so I think it's like just important to tell their story, continue to share your stories, and allow people to connect through them rather than personally, because I feel like even if there was an idealized version of you that no longer exists, they're allowed to grieve in the ways that they need to. And they're going to need to adjust to whatever changes you go through. Yeah, because I'm seeing like with LGBTQ stuff, it's kind of like, you know, maybe you came out as gay, and so all the straight people are like, oh no, they were lying to me when they said this. It's like, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know, there's something about like, you just gotta close the door on things, but people... Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. My video cut off last second, but you got the majority of the message. Yeah, just give these folks a little bit of reassurance, you know, let them know you're okay, and just share your words with them. You know, you don't owe anybody your truth, but I feel like just giving these folks some closure, or at least extending a hand to show that, yes, you do still care, and that you're not just, you know, changing things up on people, because you spite them. I don't know, just be clear, but it's okay. You know, you didn't do anything wrong, and it's okay that you're allowed to move forward and just be your own peace right now. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if this resonated with you, and I will see you all next time. Take care, bye.